Welcome to Enchanted Tarot. This is for the sign of Virgo. It is a general reading. That being said, it may or may not resonate with you. If it doesn't sound like it's your story, check your other placements. Your messages could be there. So I feel like it's very possible that this energy here is or belongs to a male. So if you are a male, then this is you. And if you are female, then this is your person's energy, or whoever takes on the role of the male. Okay, so let's begin. This person, this male, they really want to pull that sword from the stone, but you see they're tugging and tugging and tugging and they can't. So they're trying to make something happen, but it's not happening. And it won't happen until they do this that's in the next card. And this is Mimosan. And this is about going within and looking at their shadow side, looking at what is hidden there, or what they've been avoiding to look at or have been in denial of looking at. They need to bring that to light, because whatever that is that's hidden in the shadows is what's preventing them from pulling the sword from the stone. They can pull the sword, they can, but there's something here that is blocking them. So that needs to be brought into the light. Now, I feel like there's a decision pending on a relationship, on this couple, okay? And this person really wants to have good news. So obviously this person, this male, is waiting for some type of response. It feels like they could have done something here. Well, let's continue. The Strength card is in the reverse. Okay, so it feels like strength is about the base of things. It feels like everything is very insecure. Somebody is very afraid, because the base right now is not feeling so secure. Something has happened. There's possibly a lot of negative thinking. It could feel like there's no way out, and that could make them afraid. See, they can't get that sword out. Nothing's happening. Nothing's working. It's because they're looking in the wrong places for their answers. They need to turn the gaze inward. That's why. So that's why they're struggling with this. They really want this new beginning, but at this point, they don't see a light at the end of the path. Okay? And they don't see it because they're not looking in the right direction. It's possible that emotion right now is standing in the way. It's blocking their vision. Yeah. We see here we have the Convenenza. So this is about having to face your fears. Okay. And I feel like this is, again, it's not just about this, because yes, they're fearful of losing this person. They're waiting for them, or waiting on some type of decision for this other person to make on the relationship. But it's not just about that. These fears have been hanging around a long time. Okay, so there's other things, deep repressed emotions here, that are at the root of this person's behavior. I feel like this person could be often obsessive, or they obsess. They could be almost even kind of smothering, wanting to know your every move. It comes from some place deeper, something that happened to them a long time ago. Their answers are in the past. That's what Mimosan is saying. Your answers are behind you. They're in the past for whoever this energy belongs to. So they're feeling really down. They're in this part of drunkenness, you know. So this is being unhappy, a lot of self-pity. It could be somebody who might nurse a broken heart with a few drinks. That could be for someone. Um, it can be that this person is staying in an unhappy emotional place within them because they're fearful of looking at something that's behind them. Because it's not necessary for them to stay there in that unhappy emotional place. They have the power to change this. They have the power to get back what they lost. Their thoughts are scattered, and their thoughts are scattered because of the emotions, because of the fear. Yeah, see that it's a pattern for this person, okay? Um, that they've been. He looks away from the devil. He doesn't look at it, you know. And he's obviously hiding this pattern of it has to do with the emotions. So the way they feel about things, it comes from a past experience, and it has created a pattern. That experience they had created this pattern of feeling, okay, which makes this person, I feel, it makes them kind of overpower the other or want to overpower them. And it comes from a fear of loss or a fear of abandonment here in their past. And so the Earth card is in the reverse. Yeah, see, this could be somebody very possessive. Um, very possessive. Um, feeling very insecure. Thoughts are scattered. Um, when it comes to their Ten of Cups, or gaining their Ten of Cups, or being able to draw that sword out of the stone. So see, their Ten of Cups is in the reverse. It's the same card but different decks, you know. So it's in the reverse. So this speaks to some underlying tensions. I feel like it's also about underlying emotions. It looks like somebody could have blew a fuse, and that could have landed them here in this position. It could have had to do with possessiveness, jealousy, but there was some sort of argument or conflict that did take place here that that put this person in this position uh, of thinking that it's not happening. What they want is not happening, and they're feeling desperate. And it's not happening because, again, they're not looking in the right direction. They need to swing their gaze inward. Okay. They also need to trust their intuition, something they haven't been doing because she's in the reverse. And so I feel like before this person um, approaches uh, approaches this uh, meeting. I feel like there's going to be a meeting. I feel like before they approach this meeting or this discussion with this other person about second chances, about wiping the slate clean, let's start again, before they do that, they need to look behind them. They need to look at what's been haunting them, at what has been driving them or been the driving force behind their behavior. And I'm talking about the need for control, the need for to know perhaps what you're doing all the time, who you're with, that sort of thing. Because I feel like this is coming from their past. And they need to look at it, because if they don't, I mean, another chance, yes, they might get another chance, but they'll only end up back here again if they don't fix the root issue. And the root issue is not on the outside, it's on the inside. That's where this person needs to look. They need to listen to their intuition. That is the way through, it is the way to put an end to a long, painful period. And this has been going on for a very long time. All of these experiences piled up, and it's like they had a lot of bad experiences when it comes to love, when it comes to relationships, and they just let it pile up and pile up and pile up, and now it has landed them here, and here they are in fear of loss again. And it's because they didn't deal with those swords. The very first step to healing and to breaking the pattern of the devil, to turning this card into reverse, the very first step is this awareness. That's the first step. And then from there, it's a healing process, you know. And recognizing when you begin to feel this that way, you or they, whoever this is, that is indeed where it's coming from, and then you can get control over it. That's the way you're going to eventually get rid of it. It's not an overnight thing. So I feel like you may be waiting on someone, but I feel like you need to do this inner work before you speak with this person, because it will be what saves the relationship. You're wondering if maybe they love you, or if they still love you here in the future. There is definitely going to be a meeting, okay, where some very heartfelt words will be spoken. Cupid is up on the wall. And here we see the main male, and here we see, they're discussing a commitment. This male energy here really has that female in his thoughts. It's what's on his mind. And yes, he recognizes that he has been very controlling. You know, that's the wake-up call that he's going to get, because here this person is now, see, she was in the reverse, now she's in the upright. So now she's looking back, and she's paying attention to the signs, paying attention to the details, things that she never did before. But this, the thought of losing this other person has put them at the point well, okay, it's time to look at this. You know, I don't want to lose this person, right? And so here they are looking to the past. That's what they're supposed to do. They're looking back at an argument that took place. Um, they're looking back at the Lovers card, and so this is that connection between the two of you. They're looking also at, I mean, the Lovers is also a card of choices and consequence. Um, so they're looking back at perhaps a decision that they made that landed them here, or all of the decisions. They're looking back at the pattern. So they're following a thread. So they're looking back at more than one thing. They're looking back at the actions and the decisions that they took that landed them in this place in the first place. And, you know, that is what they needed to do. That's what Mimosan was asking them to do. Once they do that, once they see that, then they see why it wasn't working. And so now they can move to correct that, and that sword will easily slide out of that stone. And this is the wake-up call they're getting. You know, releasing the things that they were trying to hold on to, assessing the value, releasing the thing, not that they were trying to hold on to, but that they were holding on to and they weren't dealing with it. Okay, they just kind of tuck them in the shadow. Also, this is about possessiveness. Okay, so, and there you go, there's that Five of Swords. So this is where it landed them. You know, they ended up losing a lot more than they bargained for. They would have went to the extreme on something here. So, and I feel that this has to do with possessiveness and jealousy, control. They went to the extreme. And that's what landed them here. And there's a realization of this now. They don't want this to end. Look, there's the fear card. They don't want this to end. They're very fearful that they're going to lose you. And so the Lovers, well, let's get them out. There they are. Card of choices and consequences. You have a decision to make. And you will need to choose wisely, okay? And be prepared to live with the consequences of your choice. This is about looking back on the past. Okay, this is not this decision. This is another decision. You have a decision to make on the Lovers card. You have a decision to make as you look, because these are what you're looking back at. You have a decision to make on that. That's on that. On looking back at the stuff that you've been holding on to. That's the decision. For, I say you, but I'm speaking to the male. This is the male's energy. That's what they need to do. To release that which they've been carrying. And so they need to be prepared to live with the consequence of their choice. They can choose to look at it and face it, whatever they've been afraid to face here, whatever they've been in denial of. So they can choose to face it and save this relationship, or to continue in this place of affliction, this place of pain and heartbreak. So it says, be prepared to live with the consequences of your choice. Once you make this decision, whichever way you choose to do the work or not, there's no going back. So It's telling you to think clearly and choose wisely. Once done, you will not be able to undo it. So, yeah, and it makes sense because I see the coffin up here. So it's like a sense of finality. One way or another, you know, it's like this 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 period needs to end. You have the power to change it. So now you must choose before you get here, because here, once you've done this work, you end up here at this meeting for this final decision by this other person. Here is where you can save it, but you need to prepare. And to prepare, you or they, whoever this is, must go and do that work. That is what I have for you. I thank you for watching, for liking, and for sharing my videos, and for subscribing. Also, thank you to everyone who has sent in a donation. It is greatly appreciated. Many blessings to all of you.